Hey everybody, it's Sam from MissionMonday.com with your weekly missions and a few other announcements. Our missions this week are all going to have to do with checking on our goals. Now we've done a couple things so far this school year that this fits in with. Early in the year we had you write some goals or talk about some goals with the students in your community or your school that you serve. We also had this notion earlier in the year of a secret mentee, being a secret mentor to somebody. And I think this mission fits in really well. Much like last week when we had the same goal for everybody, we have the same mission for everybody rather this time around as well. So for our students, for our parents, for our staff, or our volunteers, what I want you to do is talk with somebody in that community. What is a goal that you have accomplished this school year? Ask them that, and also ask them what is a goal that you're still working on. So parents, volunteers, parents, volunteers, and staff, I want you to have that conversation with the student. Hey, what is a goal you managed to accomplish this year, and what's something you are still working on? Now, this would be a great thing to check in on with your secret mentee to make sure that we're still keeping track of that. I bet you still have some goals in mind that students expressed earlier in the year. Volunteers, when you come in, of course, I want you to have that conversation with 5 different people. Our student mission, you can ask any one of those people, a volunteer that comes into the building, your parent, or somebody that works at school. What is a goal you've accomplished this year, and what's a goal that you're still working on? I think that's a conversation that can make some pretty cool things happen, that you can talk about how you've managed to accomplish that goal and what your plan is still to accomplish further goals. So something to build on a previous mission or two that we've already done. Should totally be rocking. Other thing that I wanted to mention, thank you so much for the great response that you've given Mark and I on the podcast that we've started to do. If you go to missionmonday.com, there's a link at the top all the way on the right where it says podcast. We're using a system called Podomatic. So if you'd like to go check that out, we have 2 podcasts loaded up. We should have another one loaded up by Thursday of this week. We've had a ton of listens on that already. We really appreciate you guys doing that. We hope that it's number one, entertaining, and more importantly, informative, and it helps you out. We should have another good one up this week. A big favor I'd love for you to ask, because some of you are doing a great job of this, share that with other people. It's a great thing they can put on their iPod or listen to their computer when they're doing some treadmill time or when they're working on some other things at work, cleaning the house, whatever. So share that with anybody that you think would be interested, whether that's teachers, administrators, educators, parents, anybody that you think would be interested. We'd really like to get the word out. We think this is another way Mark and I can get our message out and make a big difference. So missionmonday.com, podcast up at the top right, along with all our other stuff, the YouTube video that you're watching, Twitter, Facebook, all those super cool things. And thank you as always for your commitment to the mission, and I will see you next week.